He diverts a lot of the praise to others for next week's Sun Fun Festival, but he's got a lot to do with it too. You'll meet him coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce. We're focused on the 53rd Annual Sun Fun Festival, which kicks off next Thursday, and we're visiting with its General Chairman, Lou Edgar. Good morning, Lou.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for coming in.
It's a pleasure being with you.
This is so exciting. I think we're right at a week now from kickoff of the event, and now the 53rd Annual. Could you have ever imagined when you first got involved with Sun Fun that you'd be the General Chairman, and that you'd be celebrating the 53rd Annual one?
No, quite honestly, all started for me in 1969, working for Bill Cameron at the Thunderbird Motor Inn. And his first year, or my first year with him, he became president of the Chamber of Commerce. And we were a small business community at that time, and all of your employees became involved with whatever the boss was involved in. And with the boss being the president of the Chamber of Commerce, we became highly involved with the Sun Fun Festival. And that was my first experience with the Sun Fun Festival, was back in 1970.
Almost 35 years ago.
Yes.
That's incredible. Real quick about yourself. Were you originally from the area?
Originally from a little town out west of Atlanta called Tallapoosa, Georgia. It's Indian for Golden River. But grew up on a farm there. Came to Myrtle Beach, compliments of the Air Force in '66. Went to Vietnam in '68, returned in '69, and was fortunate to be able to get a job with Mr. Cameron at the Thunderbird, and have had the opportunity to work with so many wonderful people in Myrtle Beach throughout my career. I've been extremely blessed, and as so many young people who came along at the same time that I did, were blessed with the leadership that existed at that time in Myrtle Beach.
And that leadership is definitely carried forward to the present. I mean, obviously, it's folks like yourself who grew up under that, the tutelage that you gained working day in and day out, and now being able to pass that on to so many others in the area.
It certainly did. I think Mr. Cameron was probably my age whenever I met him, and the thing that he and all the other leaders of the community expressed to us at that time was service, and that just being involved with your own business wasn't sufficient. If you were not involved with the community, and more specifically the chamber, then you were depriving your business of a real opportunity to grow. And that was the philosophy of all of the business leaders in the early 70s whenever I joined the chamber. And today, many of the children of those leaders are now leading those family businesses, and the growth that has been realized is obvious.
For you here, now more than 3.5 decades, to look back, obviously, back to '69, joining the Thunderbird, back to '66, originally landed in the area, to see some of that explosive growth, and to see, I guess, much of that occurring over the last 10 years or so, over the last decade. What was it like for that first 25 years for you, watching some of the growth juxtaposed against today?
Greg, I think the easiest way I could summarize that question, when I arrived in Myrtle Beach, January of 1966, some friends from the base and I drove to Calabash to a seafood restaurant. On the way to the Calabash, we passed 2 cars.
Oh, God, come on.
On the way back, we did not see a car. And this was early evening in January. If you look at today, in January, the streets are filled. We are now a shopping destination. Back in the late 60s, we had to drive to Charleston or to Wilmington or Columbia just to find department store. There really wasn't anything here that would create Myrtle Beach as a shopping destination. And today, we have people traveling from all over just to come here to shop.
And some of those same folks are coming here to buy homes, to buy condominiums or timeshares, or to stay in the hotels along the Strand, just coming here for that first-time experience. And oftentimes that first-time experience is committing to make this a second residence for the rest of their lives.
And that's absolutely true. And again, go back to the founding fathers for me in this community. The lessons that they taught us as young people then were to treat all of the visitors as if they were personal house guests of yours. And the test would be applied to that. If you did treat them like house guests, you couldn't go wrong. They would feel welcomed, they would feel appreciated, and they would go back home and they would tell their friends. And those friends would tell other friends. They would come visit, and that is what has helped not only the Myrtle Beach area grow, but it's helped the Chamber grow. It certainly has benefited the Sun Fun Festival, and as they benefit, all businesses benefit. And the growth, the homes, the construction goes right along with it.
That mantra that was so strong back in the late 60s, that these, as you say, the founding fathers of the area, is the same mantra now that's being pushed by folks like Martha Hunn and Kate Ferreira and Brad Dean, who'll be with us tomorrow. I mean, they have learned, whether it happened every day over that last 35, 40 years or not, that is surely the mantra now, to make sure that any of those visitors, and Kate Ferreira pointed out so well that aspect of someone visiting the area, oftentimes the things they remember later in life are those early trips they made with their families, and they have pictures of those trips. They'll never forget them, and it's that first-time experience oftentimes that we need to reach out to folks, and that's why Sun Fun's so vital, I guess.
And it's absolutely correct. I meet people every day that are telling me stories about when they visited Myrtle Beach as children, and they would come with their families. They enjoyed the activities here, and they came back time and time again.
Lou, do you have family here in the area?
We do. In fact, I have an uncle who lives in the area. I have 3 children. A son that is not in the area. He is in the Navy serving with the Pacific Fleet stationed in Japan. He has extended for a second tour in Japan and has completed over 10 deployments to the Persian Gulf.
Wow.
Daughter, my oldest one, is the mother of my grandson, Charles William, and my baby girl is a student finishing up her degree.
That's fantastic. You get to see your grandson often?
All the time.
What's that like now, Lou?
Well, if I had known being a grandparent was so much fun, I think I would have skipped being a parent and just gone directly to being a grandparent. It is the greatest thing. You can spoil them, and take them home to mom and dad.
Golly, we heard that last week. 2 guests who were with us last week who made that very clear. Terry Alexander from Florence County Council, and someone else last week who was impressing that upon us, which was wonderful, and that really must be special.
It's nothing's better than being a grandparent.
Lou, let's go ahead and segue in. There's so much that happens leading up to next week, next Thursday, the kickoff of the 53rd Annual Sun Fun Festival. And I guess you all began planning for the 53rd annual when?
51 weeks ago.
It is really that intense. I mean, you really have to plan that far, and probably many of the events even further out well before that.
You really do. We have a collection of business volunteers who make up the Sun Fun Council, and they are accomplished professionals in their own right. They give of their time countless hours to spearhead events on the northern part of the beach up in North Myrtle Beach, same in Surfside, and in Myrtle Beach as well. These individuals are responsible for securing sponsorship, getting the programs ready, getting the events scheduled, everything that has to be ordered, contracts written. It is heavily involved, and we have obviously new members that will come on the commission each year, or on the council each year. But we are fortunate that we're able to retain some senior leadership in those positions, and it is absolutely essential to have the continuity that is necessary to put on the Sun Fun Festival. It is certainly not automatic. The staff here at the Chamber, Marilyn Tunin, is an absolute genius. She is able to allow me to sit here and pretend to the audience that I'm the one that's responsible for all of this happening, when in actuality she and her staff are the ones that really put this together.
I know Marilyn does a heck of, she's incredible, and she surely lays out so much. But and folks like Holly and others that are constantly thinking about new ways to energize, and obviously Brad will be talking tomorrow about even more exciting things, the future of so many of the events in the area, and how you'll constantly re-energize and make them as exciting to folks who've been coming for 53 years.
And that's a continuous challenge. And back again to the professional leadership that I'm privileged to serve with. The input that I receive on a daily basis from this talented group of individuals is tremendous. And as we start mapping out the plans for the 54th Sun Fun Festival, which we don't want to talk, we don't like to think about it right now, but we're already thinking about the 54th and things that either could not be accomplished for the 53rd, personalities, celebrities that we were wanting to attract. For some reason, they were not able to join us. We're already laying the foundation for that next year. And so the talent and the gifts that we are given with these individuals is tremendous.
You're right. And of course, we kick off the week with folks like Lance Thompson and Gene Hudson and Catherine Tillman. We talked about experienced folks. I know Gene was with us last year representing the Myrtle Beach side. Of course, Lance was sitting in your seat last year as the general chairman back-to-back years. So it's amazing, as you say, to have that vast depth of experience going forward. What about a theme this year, Lou? Is there a theme for Sun Fun?
Well, it's one that everyone should expect. It's all about fun.
It's all about fun.
It's all about fun. And one thing that I would like, a friend of mine said to me last year that the Sun Fun Festival to him was not as fun as it used to be. And I was really puzzled by that. And I said, well, why is that? I said, what event did you not find fun? And he said, well, actually, I didn't attend. And so I concluded from that the only people who don't have fun at the Sun Fun Festival are those who don't attend. And so if you are attending and you see the smiling faces of the children that are on the sidewalk during the parade, and at the events in North Myrtle Beach, and the events in Surfside, and you see the smiles, not only from their faces, but from their parents, you really have to question yourself if you don't view that as tremendous fun.
Oh, yeah. Lou, let's talk about some of the details, the behind the scenes, what are put on. I know you talked about Marilyn, her incredible staff, as well as so many of the volunteers and sponsors and businesses that work so hard to make it so big. But from the general chairman's perspective, think about some of the details required to put on a festival of this size. And it is a it is a huge event in scope.
Well, lining up the sponsorship for the major events is the critical issue. And this year, Marilyn and Suzette Rogers were spearheading the program for the sponsorship, and we're able to involve over 150 businesses in sponsoring this year's event. Many have contributed accommodations, many have contributed meals, and like services. So those are some of the critical details that are essential for the program to really get underway. Establishing a relationship with the cities of Surfside, North Myrtle Beach, the city council members of each one of those fine cities step forward and provide us with the permits, the public safety participation that is essential to move the celebrities and the event participants from one venue to the other. Just like you were talking about Glenn Arnett with the Miss Sun Fun Festival, is going to be down on the in the Surfside area, and we have those young ladies attending many functions in the Myrtle Beach area as well as north of here. Sure. And to transport them back and forth requires a lot of coordination with the police department, and Myrtle Beach Police Department and the public safety director of Myrtle Beach has always been there every time that we needed them.
Lou, I want to ask you about the celebrities. I'm so glad you mentioned the name celebrities, but before that, for viewers who may be interested in learning more about Sun Fun, and obviously kicks off a week from today, what's the best place they could get some information, either online or by phone?
Well, obviously contact the Myrtle Beach Chamber of Commerce. We're also doing a souvenir program in conjunction with the Sun News.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked this morning to get a copy of just the events that were going to be scheduled, just so I could have it in the event that you asked one of those real questions that I didn't know the answer to. And I received about 10 pages of fax data, and it is literally packed from Thursday evening through Monday. So contact the Chamber of Commerce, or the Sun News would be the preferred way to get the information that you might need.
Okay, so the chamber number, the 843-626-7444.
That is correct.
Or could a viewer go online to Myrtle Beach Info?
They can go to myrtlebeachinfo.com.
Okay, great. How about the celebrities? I'm sure a lot of folks are thinking about celebrities, and of course always having the chance to greet folks either in the parade or afterwards or the volunteer events.
Celebrities this year, we're going to have 2 inductees into the Celebrity Boardwalk that we will be inducting Thursday evening during the opening ceremonies. We have Mitch and Eva Lawrence that will be one recipient. Eva is she is the National Billiards Champion and just inducted into the Billiards Hall of Fame in Las Vegas. Mitch is an accomplished actor, director, and writer. The second recipient will be the United States Navy Blue Angels. We're going to, they have graciously agreed to really get here early and to appear at the opening ceremony. So we will be presenting both of them with stars.
Great.
And so that's 2 of the celebrities. We have Sherry Hersey from Tool Time, who will be with us. Sherry is a local young lady from Georgetown, tremendous actress, and has just a wonderful voice. She's going to be helping out with the pageants as well. We are also going to have Nancy Odell. We like to refer to Nancy as Nancy Humphreys. She is from Myrtle Beach, and Nancy has graciously consented to come back. She'll be riding in the parade. We're going to have Mike Rucker, who is the all-pro defensive end from the Carolina Panthers. Oh gosh, there are
so many folks. You've got that famous meteorologist, Dave Price.
Dave Price will be here doing the CBS weather.
Right.
WBTW is sponsoring him being here, and back to the development of Myrtle Beach and to the Chamber of Commerce. How hard would it have been to try to pay for the national coverage that we're going to get from Dave Price being here to feature the Sun Fun Festival nationally. So when you also Lorianne Crook
right,
is going to be doing her Celebrity Kitchen here, we're going to have some great celebrities that are participating in that. I have been fortunate enough to be selected to be a taster Friday. It'll be tomorrow, and we're going to Lee Greenwood is going to be the celebrity that I'm going to get to experience some of his culinary
you are
talent.
kidding. How exciting, Lou. A great role as general chairman. That's right. To be
some of those perks.
Yes, very definitely. Of all that work leading up to next Thursday, and it's so exciting. And think about, we've got about 5 minutes, Lou, and I really want to highlight, why do you think it's important for businesses in the area to get involved and to remain involved in Sun Fun? Why do you think it's important for volunteers to keep coming back, and for viewers who would possibly be coming out for the first time to Sun Fun, a viewer of ours in Laurinburg or Lumberton or Hartsville who'd want to come down for the weekend? Why do you think it's important for them to be down here?
That's one of the simplest questions that I could ever be given. And again, let me go back to when Lou Edgar first arrived in Myrtle Beach. 2 cars that I passed going to Calabash, North Carolina. Today, the streets are packed. We have a bypass, which was a dirt road whenever I first came to Myrtle Beach. And that only happened because businesses participated in the Chamber of Commerce and the Sun Fun Festival. And whether or not your business cash register rings once during the Sun Fun Festival, the people who are brought to Myrtle Beach, compliments of the Sun Fun Festival, will keep their cash register ringing for the rest of the season. So the important thing to me for the businesses that are participating, continue to do so. Those who may have stepped back and said, well, it's not really benefiting me, it is. Become more involved and you'll see your business increase marketably. And so that would be my message to the businesses that are participating. Thank you. Please keep it up. Those who may not be, here's a reason why you should.
That's great. Lou, think about some past memories for you that have continued to stick out in your mind over the almost 35 years of Sun Fun that you've been involved. Are there any that really stand out that have been so exciting for you over that amount of time?
Well, in the beginning, in the early days, and then Mr. Clarity will be able to really step up and give you more information on this. But in the beginning, when I first arrived here, if you showed up for the festival and you didn't have shorts on, they had a jail set up, and they would actually arrest you. And of course, the beauty queens were the ones who arrested you. So a lot of us came down without shorts on just so that we could be arrested. But being intimidated to wear shorts, and for those who've ever seen me in shorts, it's not a pretty sight. And so the neat one, I guess, would be having been arrested for not wearing shorts.
That's great. That's great. Lou, we got about 3 minutes. What do you think is your favorite part? It's so difficult to step back as general chairman because you're so inextricably linked to every aspect, whether it's on the North Strand, the South Strand, right here in the heart of Myrtle. What do you think is the most favorite part of Sun Fun for you?
The parade is the one I think that I enjoy personally the most. And the reason that that's the case, I get to see a lot of children. And I see parents, and I see grandparents. And I see the interaction that is occurring between the families. And when you see a family unit sharing fun together, there's a lot of hope in this country for our generations to come. That's so important to me, and the parade is certainly a spearhead for that.
And when you sit back and think about the aspect for you, volunteering this amount of time, as you said, going back 51 weeks, and all the planning that's led up to the kickoff next Thursday, the mayor's reception, and obviously the events of with the Blue Angels and the even and Mitch Lawrence. Think about that aspect of what you like best about what you're doing, Lou.
Well, I think what I like best is I have been given charge, been passed to me. The torch has from people like Mr. Cameron, and what I enjoy the most is feeling like I am continuing their legacy. I'm continuing the programs that they so much believed in and put forward, and having the opportunity to move forward and at some point pass that along to someone like yourself, to a young person who has the energy and has the desire to see the community and the area grow, that nothing could be more beneficial to me than that.
That's great. Lou, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Lou Edgar coming up next. Bill Cameron was real simple in that message to his employees. Not only get involved with the chamber, but get involved in activities to grow Myrtle Beach long term. It's not the events of a certain weekend and the cash registers flow in as Lou just spoke about. It is the entire event for years to come, the event of a certain weekend that has an impact. It's legacies like Bill Cameron's that have been passed on to Lou Edgar to pass on to all of us.